listen to them all, right? And that's right, is that we come in a room that people are going to disagree. They're not always going to agree with your point. And you have to understand that. And that's okay. Not everybody here might agree with my 3 principles. They're mine. You might have 3 different principles, 3 different strategies. It doesn't matter. But something that you just said there is the confidence, and we go back to judgment. It's the same thing. If you're confident in what you're saying, it doesn't matter what other people think. And it doesn't matter if they have a different opinion. You can respect their opinion. Listen, hear them out. But also, it's fair for you to give yours. And our last group, what are we going to help our politician? How are we going to get him elected?
Make it more, what was the word? Natural.
More natural.
Yeah.
To be real. Not sound like he's got a script in front of him. Okay? Do we have any other ones?
So like be knowledgeable on what he's saying.
Knowledgeable. So if he's going to get into politics, he needs to know what's going on in current events, right? Does that help you?
Yes.
Are you running for class president?
I'm class vice president.
You're class vice president? Why didn't you get the vote for president?
I ran.
I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you. Nice job. Let's get a round of applause for all of our Great work, everyone. You all had really great tips. And let's bring it all back to the front. So you all had really great tips. Get out your notepads. Get ready to take some notes here. The tips that you all shared were right on point, because that's what we're looking at. We have our confidence bucket, we have our knowledge bucket, we have your why bucket. And like I said earlier, this is just a big overview of getting into real little detail. You can start focusing on things in more detail as you start overcoming your fear and as you start practicing. But here are some tips that you can start using. Tips for confidence are your movements. How do you move when you present? How do you move at a party? How do you move when you're speaking to a friend? How have I been moving on here? I'm pacing a little bit so I can keep engaged with all of you. I'm using my hands. I'm making eye contact. It's important as a speaker that you don't just come up to the front of the room and stand still like a statue, or start flying from side to side. Pausing. You've heard me pause plenty of times tonight. You probably thought I forgot what I was going to say next. Pausing is really important. It helps establish the next thing you're going to say. It helps people to take in what you just said, rather than saying in between every sentence. And I go back to our one-on-one conversations with our friends. This is something that you could practice just one-on-one, just speaking to a friend, rather than saying Take a breath, breathe, realize where you are, who you're speaking to, what your next point's going to be. Take a moment. Project your voice. Sounds like you guys already know this. And to stay present. Staying present means be right here. To realize your space, where you are. Don't start drifting off or start worrying about what's going to happen next. Just be right here in this space. It's going to help your confidence. You're going to feel comfortable. You do it when you're home. You don't think about anything when you're sitting on the couch texting or on your phone or something, right? You're just sitting there. You're just present. Knowledge. I heard someone from the back of the room say this for our politician there. To research. To look up what they need to know. To be the expert on it. You want to come up here with confidence, you need to be the expert on that subject. When we talk about opinions, and we're worried about somebody having a contrary opinion, they're going to have it. But if you're the expert, if you're the authority on it, you're going to come up here and you're going to get confidence. But you're only going to have that confidence if you're knowledgeable about your content, if you know what you're speaking about, if you research it, if you learn about it, if you're engaged in it. And that goes to your why. You want to be able to connect with your why. Because when you connect with your why, when you feel it from inside, you connect with your audience. I may not have connected with all of you tonight, but I've definitely connected with some of you. I've seen the head nods, I've seen the yeah, that happens to me, or no, that doesn't happen to me, or I like this, or I don't like that. I've also seen the blank stares, and that's okay. It didn't connect with you. But what you want to realize is that you want to try to connect. You want to connect your passion, your reason for being up here. You want to connect that with your audience. When I came up, yes, there was a bio read about me and all that, but I didn't come up here and share a bunch of bullet points about who I am and how I got started in public speaking, right? I shared a story. I told you guys a story about my childhood, about how I came from wanting to be an actor to going into sales, becoming an insurance agent and acting and having a family. You learned all that about me without me telling you in bullet points or in a boring way. I told you in a story. When we watch a movie, it's a story. That's why documentaries are so much fun to watch for some of us, because we're learning so much in a pretty cool story. And you want to be passionate. I'm sure you all can feel my passion tonight. When you really love something, when it's your dream, when it's your vision, when it's something, a goal of yours, you'll be passionate about it. And it fills all the boxes. There's no order to these three principles. One is not more important than the other. They can all be mixed into a different thing. You can be confident about something but know nothing about it. You can be passionate about something but not confident. But it does go back to finding your why. And that's what we're going to work on next. I'm going to help you find your why. She's like, oh man, another activity. We have one more activity. We talked about social media tonight. I know all of you are on it. We talked about posting on it. What if I told you that you could find your why through your social media posts? Through your feed. You could find your why. You could find your next speech. You could find your passion in your Instagram feed, your TikTok dances. Would we be excited about that? Can I get the thumbs up or thumbs down? Can I get it? She's embarrassed that I said TikTok. I know what TikTok is! We got a thumbs up, right? That's pretty cool. We don't have to go to a book or a library or research something. We can go right to our social media feed, right to your profile. What have you posted in the last 90 days? What have you posted that intrigued you? If you posted something as irrelevant as you thought it was relevant enough for you to hit post or send or whatever. It was relevant, it hit somewhere inside. Look at those posts. Look at every single one of them. Did you raise money for something? You know, did you ask your friends to go out to watch Netflix or to grab dinner or something? Whatever it was something that you were passionate about. You can go back to those and come up with your why. And you can develop a story out of that. You can develop your next speech out of it. And that speech is going to be authentic. It's going to be real because it's right there. You can see it. You can take a picture that you posted and write an entire speech about it. It's as simple as that. It really is. And what are you afraid of, right? Because we talked about this, about posting on social media versus coming up here. You've already taken one step away. You've already posted it. It's already out there. Everybody knows it about you. What's the difference now if you come up here, right? No difference. I'm going to share a story with you about how I took social media posts and turned them into a speech. My heritage is Haitian. I'm Haitian Italian. I'm half Haitian. My mother's from Haiti. She was born and raised there. She had to leave her country as a child because of a dictatorship. It's called the Duvalier dictatorship. Duvalier drove her and her family out of Haiti. She came here, she came to Canada, and then moved to the States. He devastated her country. Him and other dictators destroyed it. In 1994, my parents, family members, friends, formed an organization called Forgotten Children of Haiti, where they collected food, supplies, money, and shipped it off to the children in Haiti. We supported a hospital, an orphanage, and my mother's old school. In 2010, that was all destroyed. In 2010, January 12th, an earthquake devastated Haiti, destroyed all that we knew, and the children and the teachers as well. But we rebuilt. We built a new orphanage. A mentorship program emerged. And we continued to carry on our mission and to help the children in Haiti. We spread our word through social media. Facebook. Do any of you know what Facebook is? Because that's like outdated, right? I know it's really old. During a fundraiser that we had here in the Hudson Valley, I was asked to give a speech. I don't know why. We know why, right? I was asked to give a speech about Forgotten Children of Haiti, where we came from and where we are today. We had a bus of people coming up from the city, and they didn't know anything about FCH, but they came on this cool bus ride to see the Hudson Valley. So I had to kind of tell them a little bit about FCH and who we are and what we do. I composed my speech based off of the videos, the pictures, the links that were sent to us via social media. I went into our social media feed and I pulled up this picture of Father Rick with the baby. I pulled up some pictures of us at past events. I didn't share it with the group because it was just on a bus ride, right? But I came up with my speech from it. I was able to hit their hearts, to tell them all about it, to paint a picture for them. And I knew that they would accept it. I had the confidence that they would accept it with an open heart because I posted it and they liked it. Just like you could post something and people like it, right? So I knew that they were going to accept it. And I knew my speech was going to come from the heart. This is my passion. It was very simple for me to write, to do, to perform. So tonight, your last activity, maybe your most important activity, is to figure out your why, your passion, your reason. You learned a few things about me. You learned I have a job, I'm in sales, I have a family, I have a non-for-profit. I have a lot of whys. I have a lot of passions. It's okay to have more than one why. And not one why is not more important than the other. You could be on a sports team, on a dance club, a speech and debate club. That could be your passion, that could be your reason, that could be your why. You could just be a real social person who likes to go out with your friends, grab dinner, and that's all you do. And you enjoy it. That could be your passion, that's your why. People write blogs about this and make money off of that. Just off of their social life. You know this already. It could be based off of school or work. What are your goals? What are your ambitions? Why are you here tonight? What's your why? Take the next 2 to 3 minutes. Write down your why. What is it? Just write it down. What's your why? It could be one word, it could be a sentence, it could be a paragraph, it could be 3 pages. What's your why? Take a minute. Does anybody want to share their why, their reason with us? You've already shared it now. No, that's great. Thank you so much for volunteering. But I do want to call on somebody else. Somebody who might have been a little fearful tonight when they came into this. Somebody who was afraid to speak earlier on and wants to speak now. You want to share your why with us? Anybody? Anybody? You do. Go ahead. Okay. And your name's Ann? So Ann shared something. Your religious belief, right? She shared a religious belief. And that's fair. That's her why. That's her passion. She really believes in this. And do you feel that you can come up here and speak about that? You do. You see, that's because she feels it from inside. Does anybody else want to share a passion or a reason, a why that they'd be able to share on? See, I didn't throw her to the wolves. I didn't make her come up here. I won't make you do it either. Anybody?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Your passion is knowledge.
Speculative pursuit of knowledge is very admirable.
Okay. Do we have anybody else who wants to share? In the middle and the back?
Being successful.
Being successful. What do you deem as success?
Having lots of money and happy.
Lots of money equals happiness for you.
No. And being happy.
Lots of money
Having both of them.
and being happy. She wants a cake and she wants to eat it. Okay? That's fair. You think about those two topics there, as far off as they may be to you, or the three topics that we just had, as far off as they might be to you, these three people that shared with us, they're really passionate about this. This is something that they were willing to overcome their fear and share it with all of you for you to leave here, go into your next track, and talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. Don't talk. But they were willing to do that. They were willing to share. They were willing to overcome those fears to be able to do that, to share it with us, because they're so passionate about it. So that passion can overcome that. And that's what I want to leave you all with, is to remember that the world is your podium. And when I say that, what I mean by it is that whenever you're speaking to somebody, speak with passion. Speak with knowledge. Speak with confidence. It doesn't matter if it's just your friend, your parent, your teacher, a group, 30, 100, 200 people, doesn't matter. Start small. Start practicing. Start learning how to pause. Start learning how to be present. Because when you find that passion, when you find your reason to speak, you're going to want everybody to know. You're going to want to share your message with the world. And you're going to need to know how. But you can start by just talking to your friends. You can start by just going through your social media feed. And you can start right now. Thank you.
Began public speaking, what would you say was your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is the fear of letdown. My biggest fear coming into tonight is losing my audience. And that's a real fear, because that can happen. But some of you might have taken note, I was here last month. I made sure to do my homework on you, to research. Yes, I played on TikTok. I got on there. I looked. I was like, all right, what are these kids doing? What's the youth doing these days? So I did some research so that I wouldn't embarrass myself a little bit. Why not, right? Whatever it is to keep you engaged, because that's my biggest fear, is to come up here and talk to a room of crickets. Talk to a room of everybody putting their heads down and just bored. Whether you liked what I said or didn't like what I said, and what I noticed, you were all engaged. And so for me, that overcomes it all. Anybody else have a question?
Time for one more question.
What do you got?
What was your biggest challenge in becoming a public?
My biggest challenge in becoming a public speaker would be overcoming dyslexia. Dyslexia is misinterpreted as reading backwards. People think, oh, you read backwards. No, that's not what dyslexia is. In fact, I made a few dyslexic mistakes this evening. I said speaking public rather than public speaking. And I'll do that, I'll switch words around sometimes, or switch numbers around, things like that. And it's very challenging. Sometimes I'll write an entire paragraph and I look at it and I'm like, I gotta put the words here and move them around because it's all backwards. That's how my mind works. But it's a challenge. We all have challenges. We all have struggles. They're all different, but we work hard to overcome them. And so I didn't overcome dyslexia, I probably never will, but I work hard to be able to overcome messing up, I guess. Well, thank you. Thank you all.
So, at this point, someone left this jacket at our track 2 session last month. Does this look familiar to anybody? If it does, I have it, it's yours, or I stole it from a college student who left it there all day. I've been looking for it for over a year. So at this point, we're going to split into track 1 and track 2. So my track 2 students, grab all of your belongings. Everyone's garbage can go in the garbage, and